So this will be part 2. That the fear of making mistakes is going to keep you in bondage. And if you watch some of my earlier videos I've done, I've spoken at length about tapping into the gifts, tapping into what God has given to you, that gift God has put inside of you before He brought you here on earth. Because the gift He gave you is connected to your purpose, is connected to your destiny. And that if people want to live a fulfilling life, it will not happen without you fulfilling the destiny God set up for you. And to discover, to find that destiny God set up for you is by activating the gift He has already put inside of you, because the gift He put inside of you is supposed to help you live a fulfilling life, provide for yourself, provide for your wife, your kids, So I was talking about how Elon Musk was able to put up that rocket. You can do your research. So when I come here, I don't just come and talk so many times. You see, people who really want to learn will go out there and then do their research and go and look at some of these things I'm making references to. If you go and do your research about how Elon Musk was able to build the rocket which is sent to space, is step by step. So if you want, one of the things I'll say is the golden rule to innovation, to creation, to invention is trial and error. Is having the boldness, the confidence to step out to try something that nobody has tried before, and having this mindset and understanding at the back of your head that I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect at this. This is my first time. But I'm going to try this. If I fail, what I'm going to do is come back to the drawing board, ask questions, and then go and try again. Very important. So the Starship Elon Musk is using now, he's getting contracts even from NASA. The Starship, if you look closely, the first trials, if you go online, you realize that when they try to fire the rocket, the rocket only takes off a few meters from the platform, from the launch pad, and then explodes. And if you keep following the videos, you realize that now when the rocket takes off from the launch pad, is able to go to a certain meters and then falls off into the sea and then falls up somewhere. Sometimes it goes a bit further from the launch pad, is able to reach certain meters, is able to go to a certain height and explode. And as time went on, they kept working on that. So what? They worked on that thing. Now it's able to, they worked on that side where it takes off from the platform and able to reach a certain height, then falls into the sea. And then what? They came back to work on that self-landing approach. And even that one, there was a lot of, if you go on there, you go online, you find, you're going to see the videos. Several times it falls on its side, explodes. Several times when it's just even 50 or 10 meters to touch the launch pad, it explodes, it falls, a lot of trial and error. And then gradually, now when it goes up, reaches a certain height, it comes back down and is able to land safely on the launch pad. And so what happens is now they have to work on the distance with which it travels. And everything you see is trial and error. You pick one problem, you solve it, and then you look at how do we move to the next problem. It's solving of so many problems. If you want to create anything, if you want to invent anything, I'm speaking to my African brothers. Some of you have ideas. You are sitting on it. Some of you have sat on this idea for more than 10 years. Remove that fear of making mistakes from your mind. That thing that installed in you in school, throw that thing out of the window. All you need to have in your mind is, I'm going to go out there. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go. I'm going to push it. You know, if I fail, I'm going to come back to the drawing board. I'm going to ask myself, where did I go wrong? I'm going to find a solution. I'm going to touch things up. I'm going to fine tune things, and I'll go back and try it again. We need that kind of understanding, that kind of confidence. And the same thing I'm saying, if you even apply it to your life, I'm telling you, if you want to follow Christ, if you want to get closer to Him, it's the same thing. I'm going to follow Him. I'm going to do what He's saying. When I fall, if anything happens, if I should fall back into sin, I will come back to Christ, ask for forgiveness, and continue following Him. I've said that already in this place. You get it. It's very important, you know. A lot of people are afraid to try new things. I can give you another example. Thomas Edison was the inventor of the DC current, which we are all using all over in the world. Now, in Thomas Edison's repair shop, that's what he had at the time. He was an inventor. He was repairing stuff. He was, throwing things around, and it's the same concept. It's a trial and error. You don't have all the answers. You try some will work, some will fail, and as things fail, as you make mistakes, it opens your mind, it broadens your understanding, and it drives you to ask certain questions that a lot of people have not even asked before, and that is where innovation, breakthrough, new ideas come out of. Thomas Edison came up with a DC, but in Thomas Edison's workshop was an apprentice called Nikola Tesla. And one of the things we tell ourselves is, we think the answers to problems and solution is only one. It's not true. You see, in all that you were doing in school and in mathematics, and the bracket board mass, what was it telling you? It was telling you that there was no one way of solving a problem. There's no one way of solving a problem. So if you try A plus B and it fails, you come back to the drawing board, and now you touch things up, and then you try what? A minus B. If it doesn't work, you come back to the drawing board, then you try what? A times B. If it doesn't work, you come back to the drawing board, and you try A divided by B. All the mathematics we were learning in school, that's what it was trying to teach you, but we didn't have people to articulate it or bring it down, to a basic understanding. That's what all that the instruments in mathematics is trying to tell you. It said there are multiple ways of solving a problem. And I come back to this thing I was talking about. If Nikola Tesla believed that there was only one way of solving a problem, today the world would not have the AC current. There's DC current, there's AC current. The AC current was pioneered by Nikola Tesla, who even Nikola Tesla, being an apprentice in Thomas Edison's shop, had a lot of breakthrough, crazier ideas. You see everywhere. We see wireless. If you are using wireless technology, Wi-Fi technology, Nikola Tesla is the one behind this. This radar, the radar systems, we've seen a lot of military apparatus using it. Israelites are using it to fire rockets out of the sky. This missile defense, all of that is radar. A lot of those things. Laser technologies. Nikola Tesla was even going to build a free energy plant that everybody can be able to use devices without having to connect to any wire. If he thought there was only one way of solving the problem, today we will not have AC. In the AC current, a lot of the battery technologies we are using, a lot of the inverter systems people are using, the way that a solar is able to charge a battery that you use later, it will not be present. Watch for part 3.